this boy in they probably had to wait for him to. Maybe there's some rule where the guy has to come in first
He
before they were able to.
they did all the thing in Greece, right? I thought some or Italy or something like
I
that before he
I
came in. And
I
they,
don't know. I didn't know that whole registration thing where they suddenly had to register the player. Sorry, it was the number. My bad. I knew I missed one point there. What did you do, players? What's up?
was
Hey, yo, check it out, yo. Big game tonight. Sitting down here feeling a bit antsy. This Sofian Amrabat has come in, and we're hearing that Rasmus Højlund is going to start the game tonight. Now I'm sitting down here thinking, I said, you know what? I think the biggest question that we probably have on all our minds is where the fuck is he going to play? Which position is he going to jump into? Whose slot is he going to take in? And I had a little few some, and I have some controversial, perhaps some very some opinions today to give that I think maybe a lot of the fan base will not like. So, in
what?
that manner, in that vein, we decided to do a real quick one today to react to see where should Amrabat play. So, guys, get your questions in, get your comments in when you join in here very, very soon or after the game against Arsenal today. Unfortunately, we won't be seeing Amrabat starting because the team, Manchester United, the greatest club in the world with the worst backroom staff in the world, have not registered him.
They have the best time skills and time management skills, man.
Incredible and
Incredible.
incredible. Like we wanted him 10 million euros or he says euros some, he says pounds elsewhere. Fuck it, I'm going to stick to the euro. So it's about 12 million US dollars for the year with the option to buy 25. Now, like I said, we had the worst fucking backroom staff in the club, and we just got this guy in. Now, because of a number and them not being able to register a number because they need to switch the numbers around because they need to give him a proper number, now he cannot play against Arsenal. But that has now given us a chance to maybe give him 2 weeks. There'll be international break. When he comes back, we likely will have Shaw back. We'll definitely have Varane back. Mount also will be back. So when that time comes, where on earth is Sofian Amrabat going to play? So you go you take it first.
Well, I look at him as someone who can play both the Casemiro's position and also what the intended Mount to be in that position as well, that double pivot. You know, we have Fred and McTominay. Now we have Casemiro and Amrabat. I think it's a big step up for all of us, I feel. But Amrabat, I think just now I shared that video to all in our group as well. You can see that he can play kind of a double position. He can play a more defensive one, and he can also play a more offensive one. So it really it really depends on which position Ten Hag wants him to play. I think he suits better as the holding defender, the holding defensive midfielder. What about you, man?
So that's all. Who should he take over? Whose position should he take over? Holding defensive. Who's the guy?
I think
Who's
he
going to
come
lose
in.
out?
He I think Eriksen's going to lose out. He's going to come in and take over Eriksen's position. So it's going to be Casemiro and Amrabat.
Casemiro or Amrabat.
And that will actually give.
But hang on. Ericsson is not the starter though.
Yeah, but the
in
good
that
thing is
position.
now that Mount is injured,
Mm-hmm.
so Eriksen is most likely going to start. So the thing is, I want to see Amrabat in that position.
No. Talk about the full team, bro. Injuries aside, with our full strong squad, Mount is that position, right? Ericsson spot. Okay, so who full team? Who should replace? Fuck Ericsson. Ericsson is like an old man. Probably won't even get many games already at this point. So in a full strong team, in our first 11 where we said Mount, Royce, remember we did the Shaw on the right,
Yes,
left, all this
yes, yes.
bullshit. Who should he replace?
Mount.
Really?
Yeah, Mount is not showing anything at the moment, and I
You,
want to see Amrabat perform how he's supposed to perform or how we think he can perform. I think you give us a good solid defense and midfield as well.
really? He gives us a good solid defense.
He and
a
Casemiro, I think he's going to
midfield.
kick the shit out of everyone, man.
But Casemiro hasn't been playing well also.
Exactly. So maybe Amrabat can come in and give him some competition. Because you see, at the moment now, there's no one who is able to play like Casemiro in the team. So in fact, actually, maybe he can even replace Casemiro when Casemiro is not on form.
Okay, so that means for you, Casemiro must always start
For his
with somebody
experience, yeah.
else. So Casemiro should always start with somebody else in that midfield, but he is the one whose position is nailed in.
Yep.
So that means you're saying Mount and this other fella Edison don't really seem to be showing much promise. So they, excuse me, most likely shouldn't be playing
Ericsson
lah.
physically, I don't think he can last 90 minutes. That's my only concern. He looks punctured if he start right. He looks punctured by the time he is 70, 80 minutes. And as you can, every time they will every time sub him out with for someone else, either McTominay or someone. So I don't know. Like, the guy is a bit old already, and his body, I don't think so can last 90 minutes.
Alright, hang on, give me a second. I want to bring something up. I see.
I think that's the reason why they wanted to get Mount in, but so far Mount is not exactly hitting the ground running. Or he's hitting the ground running, but he's running headlessly. La.
I see, eh?
Yeah. What about you, man? Where do you think he will play?
Okay, I'm trying to bring this up, but I don't know why I can't. Let me see. Maybe bring this fella up here on the side. I found something just now. And let me bring this. So Amrabat was the guy who is like the most famous fella at the World Cup after Messi. And the reason I say this was we all had so much fun watching the World Cup because I think the name Amrabat and Messi was said the most by all the bloody commentators. Amrabat, Amrabat, Amrabat. Amrabat, Amrabat. The commentator fucking loves saying his name. We all made memes out of it. We all joked about it. Kids were playing on the padang outside there. They were all screaming Amrabat, Amrabat, Amrabat. The second and the number one most used word and name or acronym, whatever the fuck one call it, phrase was Akra Messi. Akra Messi, Akra Messi, Akra Messi, Akra Messi. You know, Messi is taking the ball, running Akra Messi. So Akra Messi, Amrabat were the two words we heard the most during the World Cup. And finally, one of these MS is actually coming to the club. And I was thinking, after that World Cup, I thought he would be snapped up like that during the January transfer window. Nothing of the sort materialized.
Apparently, Barca wanted to get him.
Yeah, he was linked with
they,
so many.
Yeah, then they got no money and all that whole FFP thing.
Yeah, he was linked with so many, and even us also at that time we were calling for him to come in because our midfield was not. I mean, we were doing okay actually last season until Ericsson got injured, so we weren't so bad. So that's why it wasn't really on our radar. Finally, finally we got him, which I think was shambolic because we got him so late. I just want to say very quickly, if we were going to get him eventually, why the hell didn't we get him sooner? 10 million, we're trying to shit. The reason why all that happened is not because of FFP or FPP or whatever, because the Glazers don't want to invest. Now we hear latest news, Glazers have taken us off the market, right? But I don't want to talk about it today. But the bigger picture was they never put any of their money into the club. They always use the money the club had and debt in order to buy players, and they refused to do it because of all these things happening in the back. So I'm fucking pissed about that we didn't get him sooner. Secondly, looking at these fellas' stats and all that, this is what like some of them shared, and I'm copying. I'm taking somebody. I got no time to do all this. Fuck that. And let me how to enlarge it.
But
Make it smaller.
make it smaller. Okay.
How to make it? Hang on. How to make it full screen now? Okay, never mind. Let me save it first. Let me bring it up as a file.
So that stats is from overall play or
300 is the past 365 days
in a year.
is the stats that Amrabat has. Hang on now.
You know what's the interesting thing about I mean, just one stat that I actually heard about it just now. They said that he is the guy that covered the most distance during the World Cup.
Yeah, I have that too here.
That is crazy, man. And in that video, it just showed that he's one fella that actually played really well in the entire World Cup lah. And he's playing as the anchor position and not the central midfielder position. So that itself is quite impressive, and that tackle against Mbappe, wow.
Yeah, that thing is being played up so much to sell these boys Saham. Hang on, what is all this? Why is it coming on like this? All right. So I'll go. Come tune in, guys. Get your ass in. Get your comments in. Let's go. All right. Okay. So looking at this, right, what I saw was a guy who actually knows how to play. What I'm trying to get at is these are the stats where he's ranked, defense and progression compared to centre backs in the men's Big Five leagues over the last 365 days. Reason they did this was, they said, was because this is from Tifo, because they said that he's playing more of a defensive midfielder. They're not really very specialized defensive midfielders out there to get stats fit. I think, okay, fine, why not? So if you look at it, passes attempted 89th in the world, passes completion 95th in the world, progression passes 92, 92, 67. Of course, he shows way better stats on the defensive side, but bear in mind, he's playing for a team that's called Fiorentina. They aren't that good. In the Fiorentina team, apparently they're showing this boy being more of a playmaker, meaning the position where Mount is playing in the deep end, he's a better playmaker. He's able to put the balls deep and he's able to pass while also doing that incredible defensive duties. Aerials battle won for a guy who shot is 24 in the world, which is pretty sick. Interceptions 42 is okay. I don't have Casimiro's one to compare here side by side. Aerial battles one, he's winning 50% of it. Aerial battles, Manchester United don't mean shit. That's why Onana doesn't kick the ball high when he passes the ball out of the back. Everybody is playing from the back. Okay, kick the ball high, no one can get a good header, and we end up losing the ball because no one is pressing the opponent's player when they get the ball after a header. So the best thing to do is to keep it on the ground. Now, we don't have Shaw. Mount, like you said, also hasn't been showing much, although some people are saying Mount is actually doing what he's supposed to do. Mount is actually apparently doing what he's supposed to do in a level that is acceptable for Manchester United, but not elite yet, it seems. Now, of course, I went in on him, but I say so far of his performances, I only can give him 6 out of 10 because I feel certain things are lacking in the midfield. Eric Ten Hag again was asked today. You said last time defense and midfield was very good, defense and forward were wrong. Do you still believe that? And then why are you getting this fellow AMARABAT? He said it's true because the defense didn't do what I told them and the forwards were ineffective. He finally said that. And he also keeps hinting, even yesterday, that we need a good squad. We are in 4 competitions. We need all the good players we can get. So this motherfucker is supposed to come in, fit in that mega big ass role for us to try and finish top 4, try to medal and try to win a cup. So I feel, based on looking at this and seeing how Casemiro is maybe not really at that strong point yet, I want AMRABAT to replace Casemiro. If he could play against this Arsenal team, right, I would rest Casemiro against Arsenal and I would play AMRABAT in his stead. If the coach feels that according to his strategy, he prefers Eriksen there beside him or Mount beside him or whoever it is, as long as Bruno is not on the wing, I was actually ready to be down with that. I would want to see AMRABAT play with Eriksen. Take Eriksen out second half, he's not playing well. I want to see AMRABAT play with Mount.
AMRABAT with Eriksen.
Let young fellas, both in their 20s, both 20-year-olds. Let me see how this Mount and AMRABAT handle that midfield, whether they can run, whether they can break it down, whether they have some kind of understanding. Let them light a fire under Casemiro's buttocks. So whether he's not fit ka, fat ka, whatever ka, he finds that second gear. Recently, because he's already 31, 32, going to hit 32 like that,
Yeah.
And he has the most experience. But if he's not getting help from the front, then I feel we need young legs. And this fella is going to give us young legs. He's training on his own, means he's relatively fit. He's not injured. These other boys in our team, I don't know whether they can small niggles here and there. Because Casemiro did so many sliding tackles the other day. I would be remiss to feel that his hamstrings or his ankles aren't aching. Now, Mount, just say for us as fans, we haven't been looking at it the right way because we are getting very, very heavily involved in how they are playing. Just say. And then just say the Mount is actually doing his job. All right, based on the stats and what the super pundits see. Okay, then I'm thinking, man, you know what? If that, I want to see him take Casemiro's place. Long shot, controversial, yes, but I already say I want to see Anthony play as a striker. So what the fuck else crazy can I say? So I'm really, really, really strongly unopposed to Casemiro taking a break and let 2 20-year-olds hold the midfield. I don't know. That's why I was feeling NC today. I was just thinking about this so much. I was like, I mean, how would it be?
Actually, you can put in the top. No, because he plays about the same type of role, right, as Casemiro as well.
Yeah, and then he may have better passing also, it seems, but I disagree. Casemiro knows how to put a pass in. Premier League is a tough league. And like I said, the front attack also, we don't know what the fuck we're doing.
That'd be interesting to see. I actually kind of agree with you as well.
20-year-olds.
Give Casemiro a run for his money. You want to be in this team. No, not everyone's going to have a free ride in this team. You have to earn your spot as well. And now that we got this guy in, You earn it
Mm.
lah. Then
So two,
everyone will be on their toes. Yeah,
there you
man.
go. So maybe also if they have that extra energy and they're not injured, Mount's not injured. He's not injured. He just haven't been playing for a while. Amrabat is on fire. I think he's on fire. I think he'll come in and do it, can put in a shape. So if the imagine the defense now a little bit crocked. Martinez hasn't hit his stride yet. Left back all Koya Rabat. I don't know who the fuck gonna come in and play. We expect Region to play well. I think you're crazy. But don't forget we went for Cucurella all the way and then suddenly we dropped Cucurella 2 days ago. So 2 days before the deadline. So there's some serious concerns on my part seeing the midfield so tired. That's how I was like,
Yeah, they
I
look
love
sluggish. They look very
Casemiro.
tired.
And
They-
and I love Casemiro. Oh my goodness. I
but
love Casemiro. It's hard to say this.
yeah, but he looks a
But I
little bit.
don't care.
He looks
Yeah,
a
but
little weird, lah, man.
yeah, man, so for real, bro. Like, but I don't care about you keeping your first 11 plays and keeping your first 11 position. I don't care. I want to win, And then you
Yes.
see first lose, bro. Forest 2-0 down, for Sava. Semua orang tak boleh lari.
The whole midfield was gone. The defense was gone. It caught everyone by surprise.
Don't know why Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
Rashford was the one chasing.
That's when Anthony was the one chasing back. I don't know what Aaron Wan-Bissaka was doing in the front also. And then,
How did that even happen, man?
I don't know whether it's strategy.
From the
That's how I give a
corner,
fuck.
suddenly Rashford and Anthony chasing back.
Ah,
What happened to all our
usually-
defenders?
Usually they leave one fella behind, right? I
Yeah.
don't know why Wan-Bissaka was in front. I said, what the fuck? And then when the commentator said, yeah, because they weren't ready, they weren't prepared. That's why these fellas' legs were panas. Our legs not panas yet. So I'm thinking if those kind of situations happen again, just say keep Amrabat behind. Maybe with like the heart. What about the heart? When Casemiro came in last season, so much heart. He played with so much heart, even though he was so tired. Martinez, Varane seemed to have a second win when Martinez came beside him. No more scared, no more worry. Second win. Aaron Wan-Bissaka found a new life.
Found a
It's like
new
he found a
wing.
new religion, new wing. He's flying suddenly, playing so well. So I thought, because I've seen all these fellas like play so iffy. Now this fella can play now. Take Casemiro out. Controversial lah.
You're off focus a little
Yeah,
bit.
obviously. When I take the water. Controversial lah.
Controversial already now. The camera also cannot take it.
Camera don't focus.
Too heavy,
Okay, this
yeah.
one. It doesn't like me. Say betting
Okay,
about Casemiro. And I'm a Abang Brazil. So yeah. Nah, that's my boy. That's my guy. I think I would like to see him take over Casemiro and play with the younger guy. Yeah. So
Agreed.
yeah.
I fully agree with you. Yes.
Yeah. So now Rasmus Højlund tonight is going to play.
Is he going to start?
I think he will. I think he will start. I think hopefully he puts Rashford on one of the wings and start whoever the fuck you want on the other
Rashford
side.
have to be on the wing. I don't
Don't
think so. I want
bench
him
him.
at number 9. I don't want him number 9.
Yeah, screw it. Enough.
Actually, right before we started this show, I purposely go and look up for some Højlund highlights. Not too impressive though.
No,
It's
not impressive.
okay. It's okay. I mean, there's not much like wow kind of thing. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the young Haaland, where he very eager, but still very raw. I feel there's a lot more for him to learn. But definitely he will be physical. That's for sure. We're going to have someone very physical up there. And I want to see that because I think over the past few games, we lack that physicality, that slight edge against the center defenders. Now, Rashford is not physical enough, I feel. I mean, like, again, he likes to run at defenders, not charge at defenders, you see. So I'm a bit concerned, actually, regarding Højlund. But I want to see him score, man. I want to see him make an impact. I want to see, I want to see Anthony. I want to see Rashford. I want to see our front three smash this Arsenal, man.
The thing I'm wondering, how are we going to play today and put balls into him? Are we going to try high balls, crosses? Are we going to try and go through the middle? Are we going to try and go through the left? I don't know how his it'd be interesting to see how his chemistry will be with the other players, or whether he can even get a touch. I think if he starts tonight, I think first thing they'll do is try to get him to touch the ball as many times as he can. I think what he's going to do is he's going to do some one touches, boom, one touch here, boom, one touch there. And then they're going to need a few minutes to see if they can find their flow. The concern is now, since you'll be playing away, right?
Yeah, we're playing away.
The concern is, since you're playing away and Arsenal are playing okay, decently, now it's going to be a baptism by fire. I don't think Rasmus has the heart or the mind or the power, the energy, or the skill of a Ruud Van Nistelrooy. No way he's a Rooney. He's not an Andy Cole or a Dwight York. He's like his own kind of player of this generation. I do not know. I know he can shoot from far, right? I know he can see spot. Okay, this angle is going to work. Left leg, which is nice. I know he can get the ball on the header, but I don't think it will be that easy in the Premier League compared to the Italian league. And the two defenders he's going to be up against today, mainly Saliba and the other fellow. Now I forgot his name just now. I had it anyway. Whatever. They are not exactly pushovers. They're
Saliba actually
decent.
on his day he's quite a
He'll
handful
mark
as a
you.
defender. He's good. He's
He'll
good.
mark you well. He'll mark you well.
I think last season his injury kind of derailed Arsenal a little bit. I think because right after his injury, right, you notice Arsenal season was like a bit wonky. The defense was a bit bad after he got injured. So the thing is, I don't want that on form Saliba, but I want to see Højlund go against that Saliba. Give him some challenge lah.
And then that problem will be like how our players are reacting to that. Okay, are they frustrated? Are you going to give him his chance? The whole team wants to win. You got the old guys there, the old heads like Bruno, Rashford, old heads. Wow, everyone is young.
Casemiro.
Fuck my life. No, the guys who've been there long. I don't want Bisaka, Dalo. They're the guys who've been there for a long time. They will be a little bit impatient.
Yeah.
They want to win. So how many chances, how many mistakes are we going to let this boy do? What is the plan? Is he supposed to shoot on side? Is he supposed to glitch it? Is he going to know, like, last time, you're facing the goal, but you know who's running on your side. You know who's running to the left or your right. So you can put a true ball left or right. You know he's running. You know the defender's looking at his fellow running. Then you cut in inside. Things like that I want to see. So far, like you said, the boy is big. He's big size. So obviously he can hold the ball maybe. He's going to need some time. Like the coach said, I'm not expecting him to do anything, and I also don't know. Like he's going to need time to develop. So I don't know how he's going to perform, and I don't want to put any expectations on him, which is a kind of the right thing for a manager to say. But at the same time, a bit disappointing because I want you to put some pressure on the boy, man. Fuck that. I don't give a shit, yo. Manchester United. You put the pressure on the boy, man. You tell him we paid 70 fucking million for you. You're here for 6 years or 5 years. I'm gonna put a bit of pressure on you starting from today.
Earn every single dollar of it, man.
What's up, son? Hey, Alex Ferguson, you think by player that he gonna pussyfoot around? Even Ronaldo, he said 18. 18 raw. We're gonna play him little by little by little, let him develop. But he put the pressure on the boy. He said the boy needs to earn his place. I haven't heard shit about Rasmus saying Rasmus must earn his place. Mana ada satu kali pun I tak dengar. He said everyone is like that. Everyone is pressure because this is Manchester United. Good answer. Good answer. But specifically, I personally felt there should have been a small little remark there to plant it in this boy's head. Hey, yo, you got the deal. Finally, you're living a dream. But this motherfucker is just the start. And he may have said this behind the scenes. But when you're in public, it's a big difference. Because now the whole world's going to carry that like me. I'm waiting for that. First, I didn't care. But I'm feeling antsy because my head was just running in a million places today. And this is one of the things that also came up. Shouldn't we? Shouldn't we apply? 20 years old, I don't give a fuck. Shouldn't we apply a bit of pressure on the boy just to push him, or should we protect him and say, give him time to develop? You all need to sound off in the comment. I would love to know. I think we should. I think you shouldn't let, whether it doesn't matter the age, unless it's 16, 17.
I mean, like Ferguson and them say, if you're old enough, you're good enough. You can play. I mean, if you're good enough, you're old enough. Sorry, the medication's kicking in. Sorry.
But was Eric Ten Hag right to be gentle with him? The expectations.
He should set a strong expectation at the start. I know, like you say, you're playing for Manchester United. The expectation is always going to be there. The fans not going to care whether you're young, you're old. When you're playing with that jersey on the field, you play for Manchester United, regardless how old you are. So you have to come in and play. You have to put your heart on your sleeve. You have to kick some balls that way.
Yeah. Coach didn't say though. Coach didn't say. Coach played it easy with him.
Most likely, behind the scene, he will say, Eric Ten Hag usually protects his players in public, which I think is a good thing. You don't throw people under the bus like Mourinho.
Okay, yeah. I mean, in this case, he throwing people under the bus, not really. Calling people to be accountable, yes. But
because you see how he dealt with Maguire and Ronaldo, he didn't throw them under the bus. but he kind of hinted a little bit here and there. Like you said, you had to be accountable with what you're thinking. If you're not performing, you'll be out. Things like that. You have to show that you really want to be in the team. You see, all his words, there's a message behind all his words. You see, so he usually try not to do that. It makes the whole situation a bit more toxic when you throw people under the bus. So he is playing his card a bit more careful. But I think behind the scene, he is going to fuck them up, man.
That's why I feel in this instance, I think Eric Ten Hag got it wrong. I think that I think he should have expected questions from the media about Rasmus Højlund and a question of whether they expect him to do well because we bought him for 70 mil. I expected it, and like I said, I don't want to jump too much into price and all that because it's Manchester United, but at the same time, he's our out and out striker, the only MF. There's no competition for his place.
We have one croc
Look,
fella there.
the big thing, there's no competition for his play. One fella's croc, he knows this fella got no chance, really, no hope really after the last game. And I feel there is zero pressure on him, and I feel it's wrong. I feel when a young boy, he should learn how to take criticism, should learn how to face criticism right from the beginning. Because then as you grow older, you develop the skin. Like when
The
Bruno
mental toughness,
came,
man.
yes, mental toughness. When Bruno came, he didn't have to face so much scrutiny because he came that time. He was beautiful. We finished second place under Oli. Second season on, things started to go down toilet, and then Oli was replaced subsequently. I feel with all the other teams strengthening themselves, with Rasmus coming in first game with Arsenal, he's gonna get crocked. And I do not feel right now looking at like it's hard to assess the mood. So you usually assess the mood by reading articles, seeing what's out there in social media and all that. I feel Rasmus has zero pressure to perform right now. Zero. You came in, you have bloody back injury, you couldn't play the game. What the hell happened over there? I so until now still have no fucking idea. They asked Ten Hag, he said, "Oh yeah, no, it's okay. It's a small thing. It happened." What the fuck you mean it's a small thing? It happened. You pay so much money for a player coming crowd. Fine, missed 3 games, 2 weeks already. Now 3 weeks, whatever. Now it's week number 4 already. So he's missed 3 fucking games. Now the fourth game. This is the first game he's going to play. By when are we going to be ready to challenge for the title? By when are we going to be ready to try and finish in second place, third place, not fourth place? There's a lot of questions remain to be asked.
City
That's
already
why
hit the ground running, man.
City on
Hit
the
the ground
power, man. Look at
sprinting,
that.
not even running. They're sprinting, man.
Man,
4
crazy.
wins in a
What the
row.
fuck? What the fuck? Spurs also yesterday down 1-0 in the 8th minute, end up scoring 5-2. And Spurs goalkeeper was like shit. The other fellow also, who else won 5 yesterday? 5-1, 5-2. There's another 5. I forgot.
Uh,
Chel-
Bright,
Chel-
Brighton beat Newcastle 3-1.
Brighton Newcastle 3-1. That one was so nice. And Chelsea lost to Forest 1-0. Look at that. Anthony Langa, what a beautiful goal. Awonivi Kangkang, Thiago Silva owes us $5. Awonivi Sre Kangkang, Thiago Silva, beautiful pass, and Langa finished it like that. I mean, seems like Forest are a strong team. I don't know. Maybe we were lucky to escape. We showed spirit. But at the same time, for tonight's game, I feel Rasmus, there's no fire under his belly. And he's playing away. Away, you need to lift your spirits up. We don't have a strong leadership in our team. We are still a bit incohesive. There's so many injuries. This means Eric Ten Hag is basically starting from square one every match. So if there's one
Different
fella,
players, yeah.
different players every game. Left back Dalo played last week. So if anything at all, I'm gonna jump on this boy Rasmus Højlund a lot, and I say he better have a fire under his belly today. Better show me that shit like Rooney did. Ain't give a fuck. 17, 18 years old, Kami don't care.
He started his debut with a hat trick.
Come on, man. Against Arsenal, yo.
Hat trick. Again, I remember the Champions League, that hat trick. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
and his debut for Everton also, he beat Arsenal 2-1. It was 1-1, and then he got the ball outside the D-box, long range shot, curl, and he beat David Seaman.
16-year-old man.
So I feel he should have that fire under him because now Manchester United, most of the time, people look at us as a club to get money, a club that has a lot of clout, can get your social media all up. It seems like we are not very hard on the players compared to Pep being hard on his players despite them winning treble. Like the previous game, all the commentators said what? Manchester United players are taking it easy in warm-up. He said he saw 10 fellas lining up for a free kick, whereas the Nottingham Forest players were all running up and down doing drills, hard drills, warming up the legs. That's why first 5 minutes, 2 goals muscle, first 10 minutes, 2 goals muscle. Our legs were still cold. Those fellas' legs were hot. They're ready to run. So now Ten Hag protecting this boy and saying we'll play him. You must show him up in public once. I'm not saying show the player up in public a lot of time because Ten Hag never pinpoint one or two errors, even though Harry Maguire made so many mistakes. He said defense made a mistake, collective. But at least once, you must plant it in their heads. You must make them accountable for what they do, not just behind the scenes. That's the role the media plays. So I feel very strongly about this, and pretty much really looking forward to see how this boy plays. Let me ask you, man. You think he's going to make an impact today? You say he's going to be physical, but is he going to be able to impact the game? Just say we start like this. Just say we start with Rashford on the left,
Mhm.
Anthony on the right, Rasmus in front, of course, and Bruno on the 10. And the midfield, you put whoever you want.
I think he will. I think he
Why?
will because you see, number one, he said he. I mean, we know that he's a out and out Manchester United supporter.
Chat, let me know what y'all think too.
He's an
Will
out and
Rasmus
out
make an
Manchester
impact?
United supporter. So and the thing is he knows what does it mean to play. You see, when he said his idol was Ronaldo, you know, he wanted to be like him. He wanted to make an impact like him. So he
Ah,
kind of
bold words.
Huh?
I didn't watch the interview. I didn't care.
yeah
So
yeah yeah.
go ahead. Yeah.
I was watching his interview. He said
I want to see
his-
Amrabat's interview.
yeah his idol was Ronaldo growing up because you know his first jersey was that AIG jersey, the one that we won the Champions
Yeah, I
League.
saw that when he was a
Yeah.
kid, right? Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, he
Nice.
said that was his earliest memory. It was that Champions League final, and he saw how impactful Ronaldo is, and then he's been following, you know, his lifestyle, how he actually carry himself, how did he actually train himself. So, I mean that I hope that kind of rub off, that winning mentality kind of rub off, and I want to see him come in and make the impact. And I think because of his time out for so long and he's seeing how the team plays, he will have that fire in him that he wants to, you know, start strong.
Okay.
So
That's
I have a feeling he may make a very big impact, but I just how can he do it consistently is another thing that's very questionable because of his age, you know.
okay.
Player at his age, I don't think they can pull the same thing day in and day out. They really play on, you know, like, you know, on passion, you know, you see. So he have to transform that into something consistent. So I think he will make an impact tonight. You know, he wants to make a statement that, you know, he's here to stay. He's here to take over the number 9 role from anyone in the team, whether it's Martial, whether it's Rashford, or whether it's anyone that's going to be playing that position. He wants to nail down that spot, and he looks like someone that is capable of doing that. And I want to see him do that as well.
Hang on, let me just say something real quick. I wanted to bring something up.
And if he can perform in that Atalanta team as I mean, I don't want to put down that team as a very bad team, but they did perform quite well in the Italian Serie A. But with that team with so little creative forces, and he's able to actually perform, maybe 9 goals because he couldn't really get a lot of services. Over here, you got so many players that can actually feed him the ball. I don't see why not. He can make an impact, and then maybe Bruno there. But why not? And then if Ericsson is starting, even why not? I mean, Onana there, Rashford there. I can see him making an impact.
Okay. Let me think.
I think
Okay, I was like for a guy, 20 come from the league, first game against Arsenal. Arsenal played okay, defense. I feel we'd have to play some kind of beautiful football to get him that position to get a shot on
yes.
goal. You know what I want to see this motherfucker doing? I want to see him get the ball outside the D box and shoot. I don't know. I want to say, I want to see him get the ball outside the box and take a few shots at goal, you know, to kind of like announce his motherfucking arrival here. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Like
Like
how Martial
to
announced against Liverpool.
I'm going to cut inside. I'm going to finish slowly. You're going to think I'm going to do some weird shit. I like to see that. I like to see that happen first.
Maybe he can get some
I
tips from Rashford lah. He
maybe
scored
I
his
hopefully.
first goal against Arsenal, also,
Oh,
right?
now I remember. Now I remember. One more thing. Shit,
Yes.
shit. We backtrack a little bit back to Amrabat. I lost it lah. Amrabat had 16 yellow cards in the whole of last season.
There's a lot, way.
Is that gonna be a problem? Like I forgot. Just no. Now Amrabat, the whole of last season, he had 16 yellow cards. Is that gonna be a problem? I want to bring that up.
Oh shit! I think that would be a huge problem, man. You know, because the English league, as much as physical we are, I think recently this season we see referee giving out yellow card like nobody's business.
Casemiro got how many? A few like last year. I think
Yeah,
about four. I don't know, three.
Casemiro got 3 red card, right?
Yeah. Three, let me put it, three reds. Okay, let's talk about it now. I remember I had 16 yellow cards last season and I was kind of shocked. I was like, what the fuck? Yo, the English Premier League is supposed to be toughest league lah, whatever punde
Most
lah, and
physical.
yeah, and the way they gave out cards, they dished out cards like Casemiro was ridiculous. Number one, number two, the VAR decisions were so pathetic. There is really a genuine movement out there to make Manchester United not win. No, I'm telling you, these sheikhs
Isn't
and
that
all their
always the
money.
case?
Yeah, they couldn't do it before, right? Because we're too good. Now everyone's going apologizing to fucking Wolves and shit after they didn't get a penalty. Our clear handball is similar type to the Spurs game where they gave the Spurs fella a penalty, or the Arsenal fella a penalty. The one the Odegaard took. What the fuck, man? Where's our fucking apology? Now there's a few factors that are going against us. I feel like they're trying to push Arsenal to win this season. And I think we're pretty crocked, man. Like, if this boy, they talk about discipline, right? About how you need to have discipline, the game, and all that. Casemiro had discipline. One or two tackle didn't even seem like a fucking card, but he got a card. And how he's supposed to play?
A soft yellow.
You see the Brighton against this one game, Newcastle yesterday, the fellow taking each other's fellas legs out. Referee were allowing the play to go, never even call back and give the fella a card. Yo, Manchester United, don't worry. They stop
Definitely.
it on the spot. On the spot, they'll stop the shit. And then they tell the fellow, go, VAR. When it's a chance for us, the penalty, never mind, referee, keep continue playing. No need to look at VAR.
The referee is giving out yellow cards like a businessman at a networking event, man.
There you go. There you go.
Here's my card. 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 Here's my
Save
card.
it, man. Okay, man. What's your name?
Oh,
Put
your
your phone
phone
number
Yeah,
at the
here's the
back.
red one.
Phone number for you. Red one, please. I've got you on speed dial. So I'm worried about this. No cap. I'm worried about this. Let's just see.
No, this is actually quite shocking, man. 16 yellow cards. Let me see.
16 yellow cards, which means you are at least suspended for 10 games. Oh, man. Is she crazy, son? You know what I mean? World Cup, he got one, so 15. World Cup, you got only one yellow card, so you got 15. So World Cup, different lah. You play for a country, you go all out. You only got 3 games minimum, and then after that, 1, 2, so 5. Here we got 32 games. There's a genuine concern there that this boy might actually screw up. So maybe it's a blessing in disguise that he's not starting tomorrow. Maybe too much enthusiasm, timing, Larry. He get go and tackle one fella, get a card here and there. But at the same time, I want these kind of people to start in quickly. And I said I want him to take over Casemiro's spot.
I got Casemiro's last season's card record. He made 42 fouls. He got 8 yellow cards and 2 red cards in the Premier League.
This will go double.
That's gonna be interesting.
It's going to be crazy, man. He's the midfield king, man. The midfield general, man. It's like most of the yellow cards he's seen were him breaking up play. The fellas have a burst, so you have to stop them. But Fiorentina didn't play very well. They're not even contenders. So this guy was the number one playmaker and defensive guy. So you guys, you all have seen the highlights of him doing the long ball and all that. The fella's good. He can pass left and right long ball with those teammates, which makes me feel that he could reach our guys too. I said really, Anthony's first touch is on point, but Rashford he has that skill to get away from defenders. So the first touch works very well. This guy could do well. But this one, y'all pay attention to this, man. Let's see how he does. I forgot.
Martinez only got six yellow cards, man. Not bad.
One red, right?
No
yellow,
red.
yellow. Oh, no direct red, sorry. But yellow, I think he got one.
Yeah. Damn.
Damn. We need better tacklers in that midfield. That's for damn sure, man.
Yeah, man.
This boy can play defense, Rasmus. Can Rasmus play I mean, you don't really want him to defend, but Premier League have to.
Two little games to show.
Yeah. In Fiorentina, if he's playing more of a striker, they didn't really care about him defending. He's more like a Ronaldo. But
it's just one season at Atalanta, so you can't really tell.
So I'm wondering whether he can pick up the style of play or not. And also, one more thing, Varane is one of the fittest guys in our team. And he came to Manchester United at the EPL. You all saw that video where Ole is asking him after training, how is it? Tough, huh? He's like, really fast, right? It's really fast, right?
Can't breathe.
After he was like, damn, man, the pace of the Premier League after 2 games he played,
totally different.
Knackered. Yeah, absolutely out. So yeah, I think we can cut it there. Anything else? Let me see. What else I wanted to bring up apart from this
Who do
yellow
you think
card
will
thing.
start on our left back?
Tonight, if Rasmus is playing, I think the left will be Rashford.
I mean left back, left back.
Oh, left back today.
Yeah,
Oh, fuck lah.
because Regulon is apparently a lot of people rate him very highly, except Spurs.
I mean, I was looking at all the people on TikTok make the videos. It all made sense. They're like, we went for Chukwuela on the bench, and then we went for Reguilon sitting on the bench. No, I think Dalo will start today. I think Dalo will start. I don't think he'll take a risk with Reguilon, and I think he'll put Reguilon only as a sub to come in because he hasn't played. Or you think Reguilon will start?
I don't know because Dalo didn't really show very much assurance when he played as left back. So there's a possibility he may start, or he may let Dalo start and see how he perform. But I think by halftime, if he doesn't perform, Regulon is going to come in
I think if Reguilon is fit and he was playing well, I think he'll start. But
because
I think
because the way he plays, I remember watching him play against us when Mourinho was at Spurs, and this guy was one of the few players that was a little bit more aggressive. As a very aggressive left back, defending and attacking. So I don't know. I mean,
you want him to start today. See how he plays.
I want him to start. I want a proper left-footed defender playing in that position and not a right-footed one, because Dalo seems to be like he always cut back, and that when you cut back, you give the defenders a chance to block you. So I'm caught a little bit off lah. I mean, these two. I want to see Dalo play as well, because I think he have not get enough game time to get into that whole form, which I think Ten Hag may actually give him that game time. But if by halftime he doesn't play, I think Reguilon is going to come in.
Okay, yeah, it'll be interesting to see today. Yeah, I don't know whether this boy is fit enough, and Ten Hag likes to harp on this fucking fitness bullshit.
Yeah.
I know Dallo is ready. Yeah, he's playing out of position.
He
So
and his fitness are the whole
if he
thing.
starts, yeah. I mean, if he's fit, put him in lah. You all earmarked him to play, right? But I don't know. My feeling is, I think if he plays it safe, he'll go with this
But
boy Dallo.
yeah, but I'm really very curious why they signed him. Why they want to sign a left back when they say that Shaw and Malaysia is going to be just not too long, just a few weeks away. Why do they want to sign someone on a 1 year loan and get him in the whole thing?
Yeah, I think they're worried. Then the right back then starts giving that fellow
yeah.
problem, this fellow problem. Now you all know.
I have a feeling Shaw's injury may be more serious than we think it is.
Malaysia also haven't heard anything. So
nothing
Malaysia is
at
the one
all.
who's supposed to come back sooner. But let's see how these fellas recover. Yeah. Okay, what else did we miss?
Johnny Evans signing a 1 year deal.
That one's okay, good for him.
Yeah, I think he will be ahead of Maguire.
Yeah, I think so too. I think the coach is like, I don't think the coach is happy with Maguire asking for more money, and he will defend him because he's a good coach. But man, it's pathetic, lah. It's sad.
It's going to be very obvious, like how he do it with Ronaldo, lah.
Yeah, and also all of you England fans out there, nobody gives a shit about England, man.
Yep.
England will never win anything. You're a trash fucking team. With Gareth Southgate picking Maguire, and I don't know, I don't care, but someone said some other clowns who shouldn't play instead of taking some other fellas who are playing well. It just goes to show you all just sucker for punishment.
Yep.
You're just simply sucker for punishment. Maguire hardly play a fucking game, and this clown is picking him to play for the country. So it just goes so stupid. So my opinion, I think Ten Hag is fed up with this guy.
Yep.
He'll only play League Cup. That's it.
He only play when he really needs to rest all the other players.
Yeah. When he's desperate, he's the last fucking choice. Only then will he play. I think he would rather play Amrabat as a centre back than Maguire. Really?
Yeah. I mean, he played Shaw as a centre back ahead of Maguire.
Yeah.
So that tells a lot, man.
Maguire. So Johnny Evans, Maguire. So the no sale of McTominay was absolutely heartbreaking. I don't know what the fuck we're doing with keeping McTominay over here. 30 million came, should have sold him back then. What? So now we didn't sell anybody. But how come suddenly we got 10 million for a loan? I mean, who went? The last day, nobody what?
Henderson,
That one I already knew he's going to leave. Nobody else, right?
Nope.
Yeah, I thought they said someone was supposed to go from the midfield in order to make space and all this fucking bullshit. And then in the end, Amrabat still
You
Still
see?
came back to the club.
That's why I say it is out of the desperation they will squeeze out money from nowhere.
You
It
see
is
what I'm
desperate.
saying?
It is desperate. It's
We,
desperate.
we, we we could have got him earlier, sooner, play, backup, whatever the fuck and all that. And then suddenly we don't have money. We when you club the club all Fabrizio, every Tom, Dick and Harry. The club needs to sell first before buying. Bullshit.
Mhm,
We still managed to buy now without before even selling anybody. So what the fuck are we talking about? Man,
mhm,
this club is really run so poorly. La.
mhm.
I just hope tonight we don't get try 5-1 or 7-0 like the Liverpool. Because I feel like it's not beyond the realm of impossibility.
You feel that's coming, right?
I
It,
feel
it feels
goals are coming.
it feels like that, lah. It feels like that, man.
Feel goals are coming against us, whereas we are struggling to play good score against good teams. We met one in Spurs, we fucked up. We met two half-baked teams, we let in goals. Now we're playing a world-class team in Arsenal. So let's see how it goes. Lah. So okay, Chan, everybody who's here, thank you all very much. Different show today on a Sunday because I
Laid
suppose we
back,
needed to talk. Lah.
coffee
Friday didn't
talk.
do a show. Thursday night we did one on these fellows coming in, potential
Mhm.
coming in. Big game today though. I can't like I say I can't see us winning. I feel we're gonna lose, but I'm gonna put the score at 0-0 or 1-1.
I'm going to take a nap now so
And
that at least I can stay awake for the game.
11:30 game. So okay guys, thank you all so much for tuning in. Until the next time, until tonight, let's hope we get a win. Lah. Peace out, guys.
Ciao.